I mean, smart grids is a huge arena for a start. There's not going to be one organisation. It's going to affect the whole industry. As a transmission organisation, our specific interest will be in how it will change the behaviour of customers. Because at the end of the day, we've got to try and balance their needs with the services that generators and energy providers can provide. I think the role of M2M in this whole arena is going to be about the delivery of that data, the information, and then the subsequent value that the whole energy industry needs in order to persevere and provide a service that is seen by everybody as a national requirement, and essentially as an essential. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants the lights to stay on, and I think it's going to be. I think if we forget smart grids, it will be at our peril. So the world has got to change. And I think one of the big things to appreciate about smart grids is it's not necessarily highly technology driven. It's about the way we think and do things and providing the appropriate information to be able to act upon it. The energy industry traditionally is is actually quite slow in relation to the various. I mean, the comms industry obviously is leading the way, but the automotive industry, GPS is pretty much a default requirement for most people's lives these days. Mobile technology, in terms of their communication, there's services that are on there that are we wouldn't have even thought of 20 odd years ago. Energy hasn't changed massively over the last 20 or 30 years, in fact even longer. But I think people are seeing that the renewables challenge is going to be a major, it's going to have a major impact on the way we can use energy. We are going to have to be much more efficient. We're not going to be able to have it available when we traditionally have been used to it. So we're going to have to adapt our behaviour, and technology's role in that is principally about gathering information, people being able to provide information, equipment in the house or your car or your heating, being able to communicate with some sort of aggregator, and how that information can then be provided and used in planning, used in prediction. So if we can predict what's going to happen, you can then start putting the signals out, facilitating a market. And obviously, once you can facilitate a market, that is one of the big challenges about trying to deliver a service. Well, our challenges at the minute, we've got an aging infrastructure. It's a big, expansive infrastructure. New technology doesn't immediately fit in with our traditional architecture, so we're having to adapt and integrate new systems into that architecture. We're also having to adapt different ways of managing our resources. So that's our staff, the way that we operate. Everybody's having to become much more customer focused these days. It's at the end of the day, we are providing a service to the nation. We are obliged by our license to deliver an efficient and economic service. So all at the end of the day, it's developing and having quality of service. I think the M2M World Congress has been a good eye opener for me. Coming from the technology sector of utilities, I'm getting a very good insight into where machine-to-machine developments are going, what stage it's in. There's obviously a lot of interest in this area, judging by the good attendance at this conference. And the kind of questions and things that people have been asking have provided me with a good insight into where they believe there's benefits, where there's value that can be created. And I think ultimately the M2M arena and the that kind of information trading facility that the M2M conference can provide has been very good in delivering that.